All right. And hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Jennifer Britton. I am the CEO of Potentials Realized. You might have met me through my writing, author of several books, including my latest series, Reconnecting Workspaces. But I'm also really well known for my writing in the group and team coaching space. So thank you for joining us. This is an annual call that I like to host. Chances are you're now visiting it asynchronously, but it's good to see some familiar faces that I haven't seen all year. This is what I love in our community called Structure. People drop in, and I know that it's had impact on their world. And today is, hard to believe it is our fall 2022 planning session. We're going to be doing a little less than a 30-minute call on Vision 2023. And if you have not been on one of these before, because I host these every November, we're going to be moving through a series of reflective prompts. It's hopefully a first or maybe your pass at what you want to be creating in your work, your life, your business in 2023. So I hope that you can enjoy this. Again, it's going to be as interactive as you want to make it. Just know that I will be moving to a new question about every 90 seconds. So it's going to be quite quick. If you're listening to the recording, you can always pause and keep writing, but there is power in going with your gut. I like to say there's power in actually just capturing whatever is coming to mind, even in a stream of sort of thinking. So we're about 5 minutes after the hour. And so we're going to be going into our first prompt pretty quickly. Going to set it for 70 seconds. We're going to just make a unique number. And as we step into 2023, this really is hopefully going to be a springboard for you with planning. You might have a copy of Plan, Do, Track or Coaching Business Builder, two workbook planners that I published back in 2018. They are annual resources, so it's not dated. You can start these at any time of the day, the year, the quarter, but they are going to be a great resource for you after today's vision session. Because vision work is very high level. And I always like to say we want to start our vision with taking stock of what has been. And as we go to wrap up 2022, I'm going to extend the time a little. We'll do 90 seconds. I want you to just take about a 90-second window to reflect back on this past year. What was your focus? What were your strategies? What are some of the key activities that stood out? Because vision is important in setting a future direction. And for most of us as businesses, there are likely things that we can do, we can repeat, we can build upon as we go forward. So let's start our first 90-second sprint, as I like to say, and I'll invite you to reflect on 2022, the year that was, or the year that almost was, and what you accomplished this year. Enjoy. Okay, so we are going to go to our next question. And here we are now at the start of the new year. Maybe this metaphor works, maybe you want to adjust it a little bit, but as you look out at the runway towards 2023, what do you notice? What are you seeing as you get towards the start of the new year? Okay, our next question. Want you to future forward, as some authors say. So flash forward to the end of 2023. What will you be reporting to yourself and others on? I want you to actually take this next 90-second block and write out it's the end of 2023 and I have made $1 million. I have served 355 people. I have launched a program. I want you to put this in present tense and for yourself, look to the end of 2023. What business goals, what elements will you have completed or been engaged with? Enjoy. Okay, remember you can always come back to this. So now we're going to zoom in and I want to infuse this with a couple of photos. I invite you to lean in and see what photos are speaking to you today. Out of this collection here, is there one or two photos that you might be able to activate and incorporate into your work? If so, grab them mentally and maybe draw them out. What are the photos that are speaking to you? Okay. Again, if you're watching this, feel free to slow it down a little bit. For us here live, we're going to keep on moving. So with everything in mind, what is wild success going to look like for you? What do you feel will be some of your markers? What will be some of the wild and fun things that 2023 can bring to your work? All right. So vision boards, vision casting, always key. This is one that we've used throughout this year. As you think about 2023, though, what do you want to put on your vision board or on your visual board? What are some of those inspirational shots? What are some of the goals? Some of the things that you want to keep visible? And I'm going to invite you, you can either put this on a piece of paper, or if you have Post-it notes right now, it could be a great time to pull those out and take some notes. So what do you want to put on your board for 2023? All right, I'm going to give us a little bit more time because you can also use this to catch up with some of those other questions. Really important that we create some visual anchors. Okay, I hope that you enjoy it. Maybe have something physical that you can take forward. So let's get practical. What resources do you need? Who and what do you need to help you activate this vision? The who and the what. All right. So we've got a few more minutes left. Again, building and deepening on what you've been looking at already, what are the focus areas for you in this new year? You might get inspired by some of the words, or maybe you're getting inspired by some of the things that are showing up on your paper. What is the true focus for you in 2023? And what are the pieces of your work? What are those different puzzle pieces that you want to activate as you move forward? And what are your priorities going to be? If you had to list your top 3 priorities, what are those priorities for 2023? All right. And in all of this, who do you want to be? So it's not just about what we want to do, but who do you want to be? What can you do to activate your presence? If you have not yet taken the team and group coaching superpower quiz, this is an opportunity to explore. Are you a lighthouse? Are you a grounded labyrinth? Are you a catalytic firecracker? Who do you want to be? And who do your clients need you to be as well? And then finally, this will be our final question. As you think about the fundamentals of 2023, what are the 5 W's and an H? Who are you working with? What are you doing? Why is this important? What are some of the key milestones? How will you do it? And where are you going to go? So my hope is that with the 5 W's and an H, you start these. And this is where we're going to wrap up with our double shot of time today. The who, what, why, where, when, and how. And that's sort of midpoint for you to keep thinking about the fundamentals. Again, this is going to be our last component of the day. And that is it. That is our half an hour of getting to focus in on where you want to go. So vision is one part of the equation. As we know, what follows is starting to put a plan around this and then starting to get into that regular steps, or like we like to say here at Potentials Realized, the daily steps plus consistent action to create some momentum in your work. My hope is that in 2023, you won't do this alone, that you will join colleagues, maybe join us at some point during the year to move your business, move your vision forward, because no person is an island, right? We all want and need supports around us. And it is through that collaborative spirit that we can move mountains. So as we go into our last minute, I want to thank all of you for being here. Would anyone like to share what was valuable about this process, or what you're excited about as you look across your page? What do you notice? I know so this is the third planning session. I've done this in our labs, in our 2 labs. This is the first public one that I'll do. I'm sure it's not the last one. But what I'm noticing as I go through this, and you can revisit this because it will be available to you, you can revisit this, is just the clarity that emerges, right? And certain themes are starting to pop out. So would anyone like to share what you're noticing from your work here in the last half an hour? Marty, do you want to say anything? We've got you on mute. So let me see if you can unmute. Violet,
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I know it's hard for me to make goals for the end of the year because I really have no idea how much money I'm going to make or how many clients, but I went ahead and did it. And it really helps to have this written down so that I can keep it right where so that I can keep the things that are important to me, actions I'm going to take right in front of me. So that's what I'm going to do.
And you know, I sort of do this little card, right? What I do every year is I take the little card and then I transport it into my big card. So the last 3 years I've had this like sitting over my desk that I can look at every day. So I just want to up level it, right? Like
yeah,
is visible to you, whether we nail it or not, it's important. And you know,
yeah.
Many of you have joined me for the Draw Your Future process. And as we know, founder of that process, Patty Dobrovolsky, she always talks about the reticular articulating system, right? Part of our brain that is actively then scanning for stimuli, is seeing things, allowing things to come in. So there's a real power in the visual as well.
That's great.
Violet, Samina, as we go to wrap up, anything either one of you want to mention or articulate for yourself?
I think I put a lot of words down. I wrote stuff, but I'm very visual. I like pictures. So I think what I'll probably do is like, get some, I don't know, from the internet or somewhere, magazine, some pictures and try to kind of put those and like create the vision board. And so, yeah, I mean, it was quick, which is also good. So like you're just kind of quickly putting stuff down. So we did the last year, which was good. I said, okay, I did do that last year. Because I hadn't done that last year, meaning this year, from the beginning to the end.
Last 12 months.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, I've got stuff there. It's all over, but it was a good exercise. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's always a pleasure to do this. Thank you for joining us live today. And for those that did this asynchronously, enjoy. You know, maybe you took a little bit longer. And one thing that I'll just put in the space, because I know some people will be watching this during the holiday season, we've got our 2022 year-end holiday party date. So please come and join us during the period of 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Tuesday, December 20th. We will be here in my Zoom room. If you have not attended one of our year-end parties, we take a look back at some of the trends in the areas of group and team coaching, virtual and hybrid work, and we'll be looking ahead and also having some fun and sharing resources with you. So please drop in for the full thing or part of it. I will send out an RSVP official, but you can always just drop in here as well. So with that, thank you. Good to see everyone. If you're celebrating,
thank you.
Have a great Thanksgiving. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Be well. Take care.